What if I told you that you could impress your friends, wow your family, and even treat yourself, all without turning on the oven? Today I'm going to show you how to build a cheese board that looks straight out of a magazine, but is surprisingly easy to put together. Stick with me until the end, because I'm sharing some of my best tricks, like the one thing I always sneak onto my board that guests never expect but always rave about. Let's get started. But first, make sure all your fruits are washed and thoroughly dried before placing them on the board. No one wants soggy crackers from dripping berries. I grab my big wooden board. This is my canvas, the foundation of the whole spread. I love using wood because it feels rustic and inviting, but remember, anything flat will do. Then I place down small bowls first. Into one goes golden honey, thick and sweet, which pairs beautifully with both cheese and fruit. Whenever I'm expecting guests for the holidays, a cheese board is one of the very first things I prepare. It's become my tradition. While the main dishes are still in the oven, this board is ready and waiting to welcome everyone. I love seeing friends and family gather around it as soon as they walk in the door. It instantly makes the house feel festive. I still laugh, thinking about one Thanksgiving when I worried the board looked too simple. But within 10 minutes, everyone was picking at the grapes, drizzling honey over the blue cheese, and layering prosciutto on crackers. By the time dinner was served, half the cheese was already gone. That's when I realized it's not about perfection. It's about abundance, color, and creating a little moment of joy before the big meal. Into another, I spoon some berry preserves, colorful and tangy, adding that sweet sour punch guests love. Here's why I love them. There's zero cooking. You just arrange. Snack while you arrange. Yes, I admit it, I eat half the grapes while I'm setting up. And you end up with something gorgeous. They're flexible, fun, and let's be honest, cheese makes everyone happy. Cheese boards also feel like a little adventure because your guests can build their own flavor combos. It's like a choose-your-own snack adventure. And into the third, a handful of briny olives that cut through the richness and keep things balanced. These little bowls anchor the board and give it some structure. Plus, they prevent sticky or juicy foods from spreading. Next comes the cheese. I add Manchego slices first, laying them out in a little fan. Manchego brings in that nutty tang and pairs so nicely with fruit. Guests who are new to it always ask what it is, which makes it a fun talking point. Now, before we start building, let's talk about the board itself. Don't let not having a fancy wooden board stop you. that should never hold you back from making something beautiful. You can absolutely use a baking sheet, a large serving tray, or even your kitchen counter if that's where you'll be entertaining. Just lay down parchment paper and you're ready to go. I've even done this right on the counter before, and people love the casual communal feel. Personally, I love trays because they're so practical. They have handles, which makes it easy to carry from the kitchen to the living room, and the raised edges mean nothing slides off if the tray gets bumped. For larger gatherings, this is a lifesaver. One holiday, I even pulled out a cupcake tiered stand that had been collecting dust, and I layered cheeses and fruit on the different levels. Let me tell you, it was a total hit. Guests kept circling back just to admire it, and it sparked so many conversations. Honestly, sometimes the board you use becomes as much of a centerpiece as the food itself. Then I place a wedge of a blue cheese as a block, keeping it whole near the apples and honey. This way people can cut what they want, and the dramatic look of the wedge adds height to the board. That combo of blue cheese with honey or apple slices is unbeatable, and it always surprises guests who didn't think they liked blue cheese. After that, I slice and fan out some Gouda. Gouda is creamy, mild, and familiar. The one cheese I know everyone will reach for. By fanning it out, I make it look abundant and easy to grab. Now, for the crackers. I like mixing buttery round crackers with salted rectangular ones. Different shapes make the board more interesting, and I like lining them up in little rows to frame the cheese. Having a few kinds also helps with texture. Some soft, some crispier. When I plan, I estimate about 2 to 3 ounces of cheese per person. Unless I'm hosting, then I plan more, because I know I'll eat more than my share. Don't waste money on pre-sliced cheese. Buy wedges and slice them yourself. It not only saves you money, but also makes the cheese look fresher on the board. Keep apple slices from turning brown by brushing them with a little lemon juice. This small step keeps everything looking fresh and appetizing. Always place bowls of spreads or honey first. They act like anchors for the layout and make arranging the rest much easier. Have a mix of shapes and sizes. Round crackers, rectangular ones, and different cuts of cheese add visual interest. And if you want to surprise your guests, add something unexpected. A square of dark chocolate, some candied nuts, or even a fun themed treat. I once added chocolate mermaid tails for a holiday party. People were like, "Wait, did you just put mermaid tails on cheese?" Yes, I did. And they loved it. Then I bring in the prosciutto. I fold thin slices into little ribbons and tuck them between the cheeses. It looks fancy, but really it's just folding and fluffing with your hands. The salty, delicate meat brings balance to the richness of the cheese. Next come the apples. Crisp slices brushed with lemon juice so they don't brown, fanned out near the blue cheese. They're refreshing, crunchy, and add that beautiful pale yellow color to the board. If you've never sliced apples neatly before, I have a full blog post with step-by-step tips on how to slice apples easily and evenly. So if you need help, you can check that out too. Now the grapes. I drape red grapes so they cascade over the side of the crackers. This creates movement and makes the board look abundant, almost like the fruit is spilling out of a basket. strawberries get tucked into corners for bright pops of red. Their color draws the eye and makes the board look festive, especially around the holidays. One of the best parts about cheese boards is how customizable they are. You can swap prosciutto for salami, turkey, or even smoked salmon. Add soft cheeses like brie or goat cheese for more creaminess, or throw in something bold like aged cheddar. For crunch, sprinkle almonds, pecans, or walnuts around the board. Seasonal twists are always fun too. In the summer, load up with watermelon cubes and peaches. In the fall, figs and roasted nuts are a dream with Manchego. Winter boards are perfect, with dried cranberries, candied pecans, or even a little peppermint bark tucked in for fun. And for spring, fresh berries, edible flowers, or bright citrus slices look gorgeous. You can even create themed boards, a breakfast cheese board with bagels, cream cheese, and smoked salmon, a dessert board with chocolate, fruit, and sweet dips, or even a kid-friendly version with string cheese, apple slices, and mini cookies. Don't be afraid to play. It's all about variety and joy. Blueberries are my favorite gap fillers. I just scatter them wherever there's space. They're tiny, easy to grab, and give those little bursts of sweetness that tie everything together. At this point, the board looks full and colorful. But here's my secret. If there's an empty spot, toss in another grape. No one has ever complained about extra grapes. If you want to prep ahead, slice your cheeses and wash your fruits earlier in the day. Keep crackers separate until serving so they stay crisp. If you somehow have leftovers, wrap cheeses in parchment, store meats in airtight containers, and keep fruits in the fridge. Crackers go back into a sealed bag. But honestly, leftovers don't happen often. This board disappears fast. And that's it. A cheese board that looks like it took hours, but really came together in about 15 minutes. It's colorful, fun, and always a hit. Whether you're hosting a holiday dinner, a family gathering, or a festive night with friends, this is the appetizer that never fails. If you're looking for a cheaper option to entertain your guests, I've got another recipe you'll love, a butter board. Just keep watching my next recipe. The cost is only about a third of this cheese board. So it's perfect if you're on a budget, but still want to impress. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this, you might want to check out my Valentine's charcuterie board, my hot chocolate bar, or even my bagel brunch board for more easy, entertaining ideas. Until next time, happy snacking.